people, they don't realize that their tool set is incomplete. Once I think that the adoption will accelerate, though. So a lot of companies now are dipping their toe in the water with these tools, and so my big thought here is that the people that are using these tools effectively are going to be the most successful people. The same way that, like, I don't know if it's a great analogy, but I think of like Wall Street. Wall Street has been taken over by the quants. I think that product management, while it's not going to go purely quantitative, it's super heavy on the qual today. And I think that the people that leverage quantitative analysis to prove why they're doing, to prove what they're doing has been successful are only going to get more resources. So if a PM says, I improved our conversion rate, I generated this more MRR, I increased the engagement of these people by 10%, which helps us out in advertising revenue or with customer retention or whatever it is, they can demonstrate the impact of the features or the changes they've made to their product experience. And they're only going to get more resources from their executive team, from their manager going forward. And so I think that once I saw it with Inside HubSpot, when you had results and you could prove it and you could show qualitative examples as well as quantitative examples, everyone said, okay, the game has changed. That is something I need to incorporate into my repertoire. And so, at like company all hands, at exec team check-ins, at all this stuff, everyone said, I need to see a certain set of charts. I want to see what your weekly active users are. I want to see what your conversion rate is from step 1 to step 2. And people develop this vernacular. And if you can't speak in the terms that are important going forward, you're not going to progress. So I think that PMs see this. And so once these companies get their foot in the door, these tools are incredibly sticky. And I think that they see that that is how the game is played going forward.
Got it. And let's talk a little bit about, once they get their foot in the door, and the path to purchase. So I think you mentioned in your screening questions that you've used both the free and paid versions of Amplitude and Mixpanel and Google Analytics. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Okay,
great. And can you talk about sort of what triggers, from your perspective, someone going from, trying the free version or using the free version to going to paid? What is the incremental value that one gets that justifies going to the paid version?
Sure. So I think that Google Analytics is a tool for the marketing department. And the reason that the reason that HubSpot bought GA360, the premium version, was they wanted deeper access to the data that was in Google Analytics. And so, Google Analytics has an incredible amount of functionality in the free version, but our marketing team was getting deeper questions, and they wanted to be able to get very fine-grained access to the data, and then they also wanted to be able to connect that data to our internal BI systems. And so that was something the product team really doesn't care at all about Google Analytics, at HubSpot at least. And so I see GA as a marketing expense. And I see things like Mixpanel, Heap, Amplitude, Pendo, all these tools. These are products. These are things that come out of the product team's budget. And so I think that, the marketing team starts off with free GA, and then they reach a certain point, and they're like, okay, we want even more data that's already in Google Analytics. Let's go and pay for that. The product teams will go and spin up free trials of Amplitude, Mixpanel, whatever, and then they're going to, if people know what they're doing and they're using it properly and they're seeing results, it's just going to be this, I call it this black hole of data. It just sucks in more and more information. You rarely ever say, we don't need to send that data in there. You're like, oh, we just need more data. And so I think what happens is for mixed